Hi, in this session, we will learn about Android app development environment, where we will be discussing about few of the important topics which we need to be aware of for the Android app development, which includes the Java programming language, as the Java is the programming language which is used for Android app development. So we need to have some basic awareness about Java, and then we will be discussing about XML, which is the language used for developing or facilitating the UI development in Android. Then we will be discussing about the Android Studio and the project structure of Android. Um, so I will give you an introduction about the Android Studio, and that is the Android app development working environment. So let's start. As we know, as I told you just a few in the last slide, Android app development is done in Java. So we will be working in Java programming language to develop Android apps. Um, I will give you a brief about few of the topics related to uh, Java programming language, which we will need to have for Android app development. So one of the topic is OOPS, which stands for Object-Oriented Programming Methodology. So this is object here. The object stands for a real-world entity such as a pen, a chair, or table, etc. Um, where an object-oriented methodology is a design paradigm to program using classes and object. It simplifies your software development and maintenance by providing some concepts. The concepts are first one is your object. Object is an entity that has a state and a behavior and is known as an object. Any entity that has a state and behavior is known as an object, of course. And For example, chair, pen, table, keyboard, bike, etc. We will call anything which can be physical and logical, which has physical and logical existence, is we call as an object. While the collection of object is called class. It is a logical entity. So let's elaborate what. I will try to explain it with a simple example. For example, a class is the blueprint. It is the structure or like a blueprint of a car. While actual existing car is the object of that car class. Or in same way, you can take like a pen, a pen class is the blueprint that this is how pen should behave. This is how the structure of the pen should be. Um, while actual existing pen is known as the will be the object of the pen class. So that's how we define an object and a class. Let's and then other few topics, important topics of the OOPS is inheritance. When an object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent object, is known as inheritance. So as we know that if we take the example of we human being or any living creature, we inherit the properties of our parents. Uh, Plus, we have some of our own specific uh, um, nature or habit. So we have the same eyes of as of our parents. We have two hands, to one nose, 2 ears. So we have inherited all those properties from our parents, and then we have our own qualities, which is not actually coming from our hereditary, our parents. So um, that what separates us from um, our parents. So by inheritance here, if we mean that anything by inheritance properties in object-oriented programming language says that you can reuse the available code if you can inherit that particular class. So it is used to achieve runtime polymorphism. So it is used to, by reusing the code, we avoid the unnecessary complexity in the programming while programming. So that's how the inheritance helps us. While polymorphism is one task performed by different ways, known as polymorphism. That is like at a runtime, it has been decided. So like the name is same, but different kind of the task is different. End result is different. End result is interpreted in a different way. That's called polymorphism. For example, if we take a shape and shape class, then we have two methods in that. One method is draw and another is paint. So and these two, uh, this drawing for a rectangle and the drawing for a square is two different drawing will be drawn in both the cases, but the same method will be called in the same class. So and that whether to draw a rectangle or whether to draw a square, that will be decided when this method will be called. So at the runtime, so one same method is doing multiple tasks based on the context of the um, call. In Java, we use method overloading and method overriding to achieve polymorphism. Another example can be to speak something. For example, cat speaks meow, dog barks woof, etc. But they all speak. So we can have the um, speak attribute of the class in the base class, and which can be called from the object by creating an object of by inheriting this base class in a dog class as well as in the cat class. While when we call the uh, speak method from the cat object of the cat class, this speak will be as meow, while in case of dog class, if we call the speak method, then it would be woof. So that's how the polymorphism helps us. Abstraction is about hiding the internal details and showing only the functionality, or only the required details, not more than that. For example, if we a driver is not supposed to know what is going on inside the engine while they are driving, so they just need to be aware about the steering and the brake and the gear. That's it. That will help them to drive, and they can see the from the wind front window. Um, that's how they can drive, but the other lower level details are hidden from them. So that's what is called abstraction. In case of encapsulation, we is something like binding or wrapping the code or data together into single unit, is known as encapsulation. For example, a capsule is wrapped with different medicines. A Java class is example of encapsulation. Java Bean is a fully encapsulated class because all the data members are private here. Another important topic related to Java which we can learn here is collection. Collection provides an architecture to store and manipulate a group of objects. That is all the uh, data handling. We can data structures is data structure it provides, which helps us to manage objects in while for example a list of objects we can have using the Java collections. We can perform different operations on it, like searching, sorting, by using the Java collection classes. All the operations that we perform on the data, such as searching, sorting, insertion, manipulation, deletion, etc., can be performed by Java collections. While Java collection simply means a single unit of objects, Java collection, while the Java collection framework provides many interfaces like set, list, queue, dequeue, etc. And classes like array list, vector, linked list, priority queue, hash set, linked hash set, tree set, etc. So that's why a simple introduction to Java. Let's learn about XML. XML is the programming language which we'll be using for developing the UI of Android apps. We can do it using Java as well, but XML increases our speed of development because it is easier to grasp and easier to code. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. XML is a markup language much like HTML, if you've heard of HTML. XML are designed to describe data. XML tags are not predefined in XML. You must define your own tags. XML, like in HTML, you have predefined tags like BR, P. While in XML, you can define your own tag. You can take any self-describing tag, and which will help you to, which is more readable, and thus you can write an XML code. So one of the examples, I will give you one example. Is like if you want to describe the contact info of a person, so it can start with um, um, contact info tag, and then after there can be name, company, phone, and all starts with a smaller than single symbol, and it closes with a greater than symbol. Mm, as we can see, it started with contact info and it ends with contact info tag with a slash in between the after the greater than symbol. So this way we can, by repeating this, we can define the contact info of many person one by one. So this provides you a kind of a hierarchical structure where there's contact info first. Then inside that contact info, we have all the properties of that contact, like name, company, phone, and then finally we close. We have another contact info tag to say that this is the end of contact info for this particular um, entity, that is Tanmay Patil here. So now we will be discussing about the Android project structure and Android tools. So as I said, I will be discussing about the project structure and Android tools. Um, so let's start with it. So this is the Android Studio where we will be developing Android apps. So before going further about any of the further details, I will start with creating a simple Android project and then describing about its project structure. So for creating an Android project, we will have to, this is the Android, we will have to open this Android Studio app and then click on File, go for New, and then create a new project. Name it as my first application, and you can give it as the name as a demo. So this here, this is our application name. The demo.com that describes about to a unique package name for your application. So that is here in our case is com.demo, then after application name. This is the location of the project where this has been stored. And this is the location of the project where it has been stored. Now let's go for the next screen. here it's in this check mark says that we are developing for